Hey everybody, this is a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and it's your host Marva. Today's episode is going to be about how moms could be overstimulated and how, you know, different situations with our ADHD, or if some of the moms out there have ADHD, because I do, how we can maneuver, through those obstacles in motherhood and, everyday life. For me personally, ADHD makes me very lazy. And I don't mean lazy like, oh, I don't want to do shit today. Lazy in the sense that I know I have a list of shit to do, but I will lay in the bed and evaluate that whole list until I get so tired of looking at or thinking about having to clean up or having to do certain things around the house. I get so irritated with it, thinking about it, that then I'll go do it. And then in the middle of me doing something, I could be cleaning the kitchen, and then I'm like, the downstairs bathroom needs to be clean. Let me go upstairs and go get this. And now I'm cleaning the toilet, and I'm like, damn, I forgot to put, the dishes in the dishwasher. And now I'm back in the kitchen, and now I'm sweeping. And then I'm like, I didn't finish the shit in the bathroom. So it's constantly me going back and forth in between different tasks around the house until I'm burnt out. Also, with my ADHD now and the routine that I have with the kids, it's a lot easier because my mind is a lot clearer when I wake up in the morning. I have a routine. I try to write down things. I try to, keep shit in order so that I'm in order, because with my ADHD, if I don't have it in order like I want it to, and how I can do it without being interrupted, and having to deal with some other outside things. If I can get my list done in a timely manner and how I want to, I'm perfectly fine. Now, this is where the overstimulation comes in. Now, imagine trying to clean your house, trying to get the kids ready for the day, make breakfast, lunch, dinner, all those things. If you are a stay-at-home mom, it's a little bit more at home. Moms that go to work, it's a little different for y'all's routine. But, I'm a stay-at-home mom, so it's like this. I wake up, wake the kids up, change Lettuce's diaper, get her milk, wake Rain up, get him whatever he needs. We go downstairs. I make my coffee. I take my medicine. I take my vitamins. I prepare breakfast. We play a while. Go back upstairs. We usually wake up really early, so they always have a mid-morning nap. They get their nap, they wake up, get lunch. We fuck around for the rest of the day until dinner time. Now, this is where overstimulation comes in for most moms or me. Now, if Charles is at home, he always messes up the routine because the way he works and his sleep schedule does not align with me and the kids' routine. And because it does not align with our routine, sometimes it fucks it up. I don't get to make breakfast in the morning, and me and the kids are just snacking on shit. Or because we've been up all night with Charles, or trying to, catch up on time with him because he works so much, we're missing out on our actual routine. And now I've not cleaned up. I haven't had my coffee. I might have forgot to take my medicine. It's just shit piling up around the house. And it's pissing me off because I'm like, I'm trying to spend time with Charles, trying to spend time with the kids, be more present with them. But this fucking house is a mess. And I don't think a lot of people understand that moms wear a lot of hats. We're the cook, the maid, the caregiver. We schedule shit. We make sure shit is correct with our kids. We discipline them. We do a lot of shit inside the home, even if you're not a stay-at-home mom. Most likely you're still doing all of this shit, and I'd applaud you for that because I'm not working and doing this shit. I'm just not. And I think because we're always overstimulated or we're not always focused on task, it makes it hard for us to maneuver throughout the day and be happy and be cheerful and be caring. And nobody ever thinks about how we really feel about what's going on in the inside. And I said this because it's hard for your fiance or your husband to come home and be like, "What's wrong with you? Like, you've been at home with the kids all day. Like, what's your problem?" Like, they think that we're just pulling these problems out our ass, but the house is dirty. Rain just put screen printing ink on the fucking carpet. Lennox is whining again. It's the sink is fucking leaking, and it's hard to even think about all the shit we have to do and be overstimulated and have to deal with not trying to stay focused on a task or trying to stay focused on a routine, and you have ADHD. Like, what the fuck is going on in my brain? And I think that sometimes nobody cares that we get overstimulated. The kids don't give a damn about you being overstimulated. They don't give a shit about us feeling a type of way. They just want their juice at the time. They want their milk. And when I get overstimulated, when I used to get overstimulated, I used to get very angry. I used to have an attitude all day. I used to be mad. I want to lay in the bed. Now I have came up with a solution to just, hey, I'm overstimulated. Let me take 2 seconds to myself. Think about, am I really mad at this situation, or am I mad that I have to resolve the situation? Like this week, Rain rubbed fluorescent orange screen printing ink into his carpet in the entryway of his bedroom. And initially, I was like, oh my fucking God, like, Jesus fucking Christ, like, this is screen printing ink. But I know screen printing ink is washable until it's cured. So I'm like, okay, this is fine. I have a carpet cleaner. I have cleaning products. The only thing I'm pissed off about really is that I have to get up out of my nap and do this. I was not mad at Rain. I didn't fuss with him. I just cleaned him up, put him back in the bed, let him watch his TV while I cleaned the carpet. Overstimulation can make you so angry as a person. And I realized I wasn't angry at Charles. I wasn't angry at the kids. I wasn't angry at the life that I chose for myself. I was just overstimulated. And, sometimes you just have to give yourself rest. You have to give yourself, like, those pep talks to be like, hey, are you mad about this, or are you mad about this? Like, be fucking for real with yourself. Like, what are you really mad about right now? And then you have to sit down and put these fucking kids and your whole household on a strict routine. It's okay to go with the flow some days, but some days these kids need a strict routine, especially with working around Charles's schedule, Rain speech therapy, trying to get them to sleep an adequate amount of time at night so that I can do my podcast and I can do the things that I want to do. I can sit down and plan my days out. I can write in my planner. I can, do my marketing for my podcast shit at nighttime while they're sleeping, and then I could go to bed, and then we wake up in the morning and we start over again. It's so hard being a mom and having to deal with these personal, things like ADHD, bipolar disorder, overstimulation, and still show up. And, I say women are the strongest people ever. We birth children. We get through shit. We make it happen. And it's always a miracle at the end. Shit gets done, and we don't even know how it got done, but we get it done. I just wish more men, more family, and children understand that parents get frustrated too. Moms get frustrated. We get overstimulated. We get upset. And we're allowed to feel those emotions, but also we shouldn't let those emotions, take joy out of our day or take joy out of life so much that we're so angry all the time. I do believe when I was growing up, my mom had a lot of that going on, like overstimulation. I get overstimulated with physical touch. It sounds weird, but it's true. I don't like to be touched. I don't like to be, I think it has a lot to do with my childhood and the physical affection of things. I don't like physical touch. So anytime Rain is whining or the kids are crying and they do like all that all over you and they want to hold you and they want to do it, it overstimulates the shit out of me because I'm already trying to figure out what's going on with you. We're trying to figure out What's the problem? I'm trying to calm you down. And that touch overstimulates me a lot, and it starts to piss me off. But now I'm like, okay, my child needs physical touch. This is what they want and need from me. So I have to fight through that. And, I'm fighting through it all the time because, like I said, it's something that I have to work on for myself. It's not going to happen over, night. But I know they need that affection. And I was telling Rain's speech therapist this the other day that Rain requires a lot of physical touch, a lot of affection. And sometimes I'm not the affection that he needs. And I had to realize that my child needs this affection. If he needs this type of love from me, I should be able to give it to him. I was a child at one point and I wanted things like that. So what is really stopping me from giving him what he needs and wants if all he wants is that affection? So that's why I do a lot of self-reflection now. I try to be more mindful of the choices that I'm making with my kids, because just because I'm overstimulated does not mean I have the right to be angry with them. I have the right to scream at them, whoop them out of anger, things like that. I think a lot of times our anger is overstimulation, and we don't get that. We're not thinking, oh my God, we're overstimulated right now, or we have too much shit going on at one time. Instead of just saying, hey, pause. Let's move some shit around. Let's space some of this shit out so that I'm not feeling crowded by my task, problems of the day, or the children. It's so hard to get being consumed by being a mother, that's all we focus on and not ourselves. And the point of this podcast was to say, hey, if you're ever just angry for some reason, let's think about it. Let's write this shit out and be like, am I really angry at the kids, or am I mad because I have to do this cleaning? I have to deal with them today. I have to do this. I have to go to work. It's so much shit on your plate and you're overstimulated by those tasks, not really by the kids. And our kids don't see it as overstimulation. They see it as anger. They see it as pain. They see it as sadness. They see it as aggression. It could be so many things that you're spewing at them because you're overstimulated. I don't really have much to say on ADHD, really, because, like I said, my ADHD focuses with me more of, like, getting my tasks done and staying on task. ADHD can be different for everybody, so that's not something I can make a universal thing about. The only thing I can say that helped me the most with my ADHD was getting a planner, writing shit out, actually getting a routine, trying to stick to the routine, and just, chipping away at the list throughout the day, not really giving myself a time schedule, but like saying, hey, oh no, I gotta clean underneath the kitchen cabinet. Let's get that done today, or I have to clean all the bathrooms today. Let's get that done today. That's all I tell myself. I'm not, making it to where like, okay, by 3 o'clock I need to do this, or by 2 o'clock I need to do this. No, I'm going with the flow of the day, but I know I need to clean up. I know I need to tidy up some things. I know I need to do my laundry. Y'all, my ADHD was so bad with cleaning to the point that, like, I would let laundry stack up, and it sounds so bad, but I would let laundry stack up and then just have to do a month's worth of laundry over a weekend. Like, that's how bad it would be. Now I try to wash a little bit every other day, 2 or 3 loads every other day, just so it doesn't pile up. I'm not good with folding. I will hang up stuff, but other than that, I'm stuffing that shit in the basket or in the drawers. I'm not doing all the other stuff. It's hard already being a mom, but it only takes like a few seconds, to recognize these things in ourselves to better the relationship with our children, our partners, even with men. I feel like sometimes men get overstimulated, and I wish they would say stuff about it, but that's a whole different topic. I'm not a man. I can't speak on a man's point of view. I can only speak on being a mom and a woman, it's just better for us to recognize the things in ourselves than somebody else trying to tell us who we are, and we correct it ourselves, for our family, and the better relationships of our family, and as a whole, just be a better person, a better mother. because there's nothing wrong with recognizing small things and changing it. I wish my parents would have been like that. It took me a long time to get to this point, but it's not impossible. It's not impossible to change. It's not impossible to look for these certain things like overstimulation, ADHD, you know, things like mental health, you know. It's so easy to just reevaluate yourself, ask for help, you know, talk to family, talk to somebody that's close to you, and just be like, hey, do you see these signs in me? Like, do you think, you know, or even ask your children if they're old enough to, you know, tell you these things. I feel like my ADHD, you know, definitely put a ringer in things with my kids, because sometimes when they want to play, I'm just so burnt the fuck out, and I'm like, I don't want to do nothing. I want to lay in the bed. But I also had to explain, like, hey, sometimes I get burnt out. Sometimes I'm overstimulated. Sometimes I need just a little time to myself. When I get myself together, then I'll come to you. We can play. We can do whatever the fuck you want to do. Just give, you know, mom, stepmom a little time. That's the agreement. Even with my kids, if they need a little time from me, perfectly fine. They all have their own rooms. They can do that. I'm just trying to, you know, give the best advice out there and help other moms, because it's so hard to be like, something is really not right here. Let's fix it. Let's get it over with. You know, there's no point of being angry all day. There's no point of being upset about the smallest things in the world, even though it might feel like a weight on us. But if you really think about it, it's like, am I really mad about the dishes right now? Like, it's nothing to ask for help. Also, it's 100% better when you have a partner that can recognize these things in you and can help you. It's so easy now for me and Charles to communicate these things to each other, because I've told him, I expressed these feelings to him, and I've told him, hey, if you don't want me to be an angry bitch every day, help me out around the house. You know, if you know I'm frustrated, don't continue to keep asking me dumb shit all day. I'm already pissed off. I'm pissed off with life already. I woke up pissed off. Don't ask me no dumb shit. Don't make it worse. Just chill. Talk to them kids. Leave my crazy ass alone. This is a very short, you know, very short episode. But I hope if you're an overstimulated mom, that you find peace, solace, and you get a routine that works for you and your kids, or overall with your career, that makes it easier for you. If you have ADHD, get on a routine. It's easier that way. I used to think that I could go through life without a routine, but you need that routine. Everybody needs a routine. It doesn't have to be strict, but at least make some things in your day strict. Mine is more of my task are strict, but everything else is go with the flow. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and this is a little bit of this and a little bit of that.